our 97 Lexus LX450, aka Toyota Land Cruiser. Look at what this previous owner did. You know, I'm all about functional modifications, and he attempted to do an oil catch can. He actually used a pretty good canister. It's got a separator in there, a filter at the bottom, hard to see there. Actually a pretty good unit. Unless you've got a lot of blow-by, this is kind of pointless. Let me show you something else. At the bottom, he even put a quarter turn valve with a drain hose that goes down so that he could drain any oil that ends up in the catch can. I've driven this thing about 1,000 miles, give or take, and there is no oil in that thing. This thing has zero blow-by, and even at 200 and 2,000 miles on the motor, it's running very, very well, knock on wood. And this guy, I'm gonna take off, it's pointless. I'm gonna put it back to factory. The other thing that really irks me is when people don't use correct fittings and things when they're doing these kind of mods. He's got this thing on here, there's a big crimp in the hose. There's not really much getting past there. If I touch this thing, it's almost shut completely. There's very little air passing through there. So anyway, I've got all the OEM parts, brand new. We're gonna put a new PCV valve grommet, a new PCV valve, the one-way valve, and the new hoses to put all this back to stock with brand new parts and get it set up exactly like it was from the factory. Then take this thing, as good as it might be, and toss it in the trash can. Right over there. Yep, that's what's happening. If we look closely, the guy actually did a pretty good job mounting this thing. He made an aluminum bracket that mounts in the OEM mount points where the windshield washer reservoir mounts, as you can see right there and right there. And this thing mounts up here with some bolts and nuts on the back. It's actually done really well, surprisingly. So he put some thought into it, put some effort into it. He did a good job, except for this stupid thing. Come on, man. Why would you do that? All right, let's see what the OEM parts look like to get all this put back to stock. All right, I got a lot of goodies. I'm gonna do more videos on replacing some of this other stuff. We're gonna get 3 brand new OEM V-belts on there. Get all the belts replaced with the factory Toyota ones. I don't know why people don't use the OEM ones. They're usually less expensive than the aftermarket junk. They fit better, they last longer. Use OEM Toyota and Lexus parts. We've got fuel filter, oil filter. We're gonna get all those replaced. I'm gonna put these away for now. We've got 1 hose, 2 hose, PCV valve, PCV grommet, the clamps for one of the hoses, and the clamps for the other hose. All these parts are readily available. Stop using aftermarket junk, people. Come on now. I'll put all these parts in the description of the video. But if you want to watch it while we're here, here's the part number for this one, 12262-66021. Part number for this one, 12261-66021. Part number for these 2 clamps, you need 2 of them. It's 904-67-14001. And part number for these clamps, again, you need 2 of them, 904-67-20002. And those 2 didn't come in a bag, but I'll put the part numbers down in the description. Again, all the OEM parts, they cost about as much or less sometimes than the aftermarket stuff. So use the correct parts. Let's get to it. I'm gonna undo this clamp and this clamp to get all this stupidity off of here. Got these 2 thingamajigs off. Now we're gonna take this hose off. This is really old and dry. It's funny, he replaced a lot of these other hoses. They're nice and soft and decent shape. Yeah, they're all good. This one's really hard. I guess this one never got touched. This is the PCV valve and the grommet. So you might need a pair of needle nose or something like that. Grab the end of it, twist it a little bit, same here, twist it a little bit, free it up, pull both ends off. Look, man, the clamps aren't even there. Come on now, where's the clamps? All right, let's get this thing off. This guy's off. That nipple's in good shape, still in one piece. It's actually still there, but I bet you the valve is stuck, the one-way valve inside that PCV valve. So we're gonna pull that out, and then the grommet on these things, if it's really old and dry, sometimes they'll kind of fall apart on you, so be real careful pulling that grommet out. You'll want to use a pick or something else. Just be real gentle with it while you're bringing it out of the valve cover. What'd I tell you about that grommet? Came out in pieces. I had to fish the rest out. Thanks, Obama. All right, all cleaned up. Time for the new grommet. Put a little bit of oil around the lip, and then you want to get it in there. All right, let's squeeze that sucker in. Make sure it sits flush. Check the lip. Make sure it's flush all around. Bam, looks good. Let's get the valve in. There's a new valve. Before I put in a new PCV valve, even though it's new, blow through one end, blow through the other end. You should be able to blow through one end. On the other side, when you blow through it, the valve should shut. I already checked this one. It's good to go. Gonna put a little bit of oil on this end and then put it down into the grommet. There we go. Squeeze it on in there. You want to get it down to where the bottom of that lip sits flush with the lip of the grommet. That's about as far as it goes. Now, let's get the hoses on. Your skinny hose goes to this one. You've got one short leg, one long leg. Long leg goes up here, short leg goes down here. That one goes on. Same with the top one. Oops, forgot the clamps. Let me go get those. All right, got the hose on both ends. Get the clamp on and put it somewhere that makes sense so that you can reach it later on if you ever need to get it off. You want to get it close to the lip, over the lip of the nipple that comes out, so you've got good pressure and doesn't pull out. That one's good. Let's do the same with this one. Right there, should be good. That's it. That hose is done. Let's get the other one. All right, got this guy on. Little short leg goes on the bottom, long leg goes on top. Let's get this clamp pulled down over. There's that one. And let's get this clamp pulled over. There is that one. Boom. Look at that. Doesn't this look better than this goofy ass crap over here that was doing nothing? I get it. Functional mod. Should have had a purpose. That bent hose up here made it not have a purpose. And didn't really need it. Drove it for 1,000 miles. No blow by. Nice engine. You're doing good. We'll pull this guy off. So I'm going to pull those brackets and everything off. We'll get rid of this. Introduce it to my garbage can. Gosh dang it. Look at all this mess of parts. I wonder if anybody wants this thing. Hey, I'm going to hang on to this thing for about a week. If anybody wants it, just shoot me a message in the comments and I'll ship it to you. I'll even pay for the shipping. Kind of feel bad throwing it away. So if you do want it, let me know. Happily ship it to you. It even has that cool bracket that the dude made. Are you ready? Let's see. Boom. Look how much better that is. Nice and clean. How the Toyota gods intended it. There you go. Look out for the next video. Next one, we're doing spark plugs, distributor cap, rotor. Probably save the fuel filter for another video. Let me know what you think in the comments below. If there's any other mods or fixes you want to see. I'm going to be going through this thing little by little as I get time and figure things out. I think that, so this guy did one thing right. He put all the constant torque clamps on the heater hoses and the radiator hoses here, down there where you can't see. But I think I saw a little bit of dripping from the heater control valve right there smack in the middle from the screw in the middle that holds the lever in place. So I ordered a new one just for preventative maintenance. I don't see any more dripping, so it could be from before whenever somebody installed the hoses and the new clamps, but I'm gonna go ahead and replace it because that's you know, $100 for the part and maybe an hour or so to get it put on and make sure everything's ready to go and bleed the coolant, all that good stuff. And it's well worth the peace of mind. So that video will probably be coming soon. Hope you enjoyed it. Like, share, subscribe. Leave any comments or questions in the section below, and see you next time. Dang, she's pretty.